And of course, before we move on, we quickly put out what the weather forecast for Mumbai from the Met Department is, and some of the other sources as well. We are looking at now severe rain to continue as far as Mumbai is concerned, viewers. You can see that as far as the hourly weather forecast is concerned, rain is expected to continue up until 12 a.m. and if we were to go, of course, to tomorrow as well, we're looking once again at rain, which will be heavy at times. Thursday once again says rain but breezy in the afternoon, and Friday says a touch of rain. Saturday says a little bit of rain. Sunday will be mostly cloudy with a little bit of rain. Going into almost next week now, where Monday for Mumbai also says cloudy with occasional rain. So we are looking at very little relief for the people of Mumbai coming in the next few days, where it's expected that by Thursday the rain will become a little bit sporadic, but once again nobody really knows what exactly will be the final outcome, and it's becoming more and more tough for the administration to look after what's happening in Mumbai. So you can see right here, as far as the map is concerned, the green and the yellow and the orange and red, viewers, shows rain, exactly where exactly rain clouds are forming over Mumbai. And you can tell that right here, some of the areas that we've just covered will continue to get these rain clouds as far as the next few days are concerned. But on that note, let me quickly go across to our guest Raj Lakshmi Joshi, who's a resident of Mumbai, with us, and Mr. Dhanraj Vanjari, former ACP of Mumbai, also with us. Let me begin with Raj Lakshmi Joshi. Are you currently in Mumbai, and what's the situation like?
Hello, Devika. Yes, I'm very much in Mumbai, and yes, there is definitely a lot of waterlogging, and people are facing all kinds of inconvenience, definitely, because obviously schools, colleges, office, all of them are closed, and people are facing a lot of hassles. A city that never sleeps, never stops, but then these rains have actually brought the city to a halt. And see, personally also we were affected because my daughter was supposed to be taking a flight today, and her flight, she couldn't actually reach the airport because the flights are operational. Some of them are diverted, some have been cancelled, but then some are postponed, some are delayed. But then if someone is not able to reach the airport, then you can't help it. Now this sadly, this is something that has been happening ever since my childhood, like ever since I remember. So that is something that Mumbai has been facing for the longest ever, Devika. And I really hope that in the years to come, we are able to actually resolve these issues, because earlier there were a lot of unplanned developments happening, because of which I think that this has caused all this situation to come to this, and Mumbai has come to a standstill, you could say. But at the same time, I also hope that in the years to come there will be some a lot of infrastructure development done with a lot of planning, with all these points in view, like things like the storm water drainage, keeping the topography in view, and the pumping stations, all those kind of things. A lot of things are being done, Devika, right now, and I am glad that these things are happening. But at the same time, like I was talking about the topography of Mumbai. Now, as you're aware that this is Mumbai was originally 7 islands, which were, there was a lot of reclamation, because of which all this what you see today as Mumbai and the suburbs, you can see them in formation. That is because of the reclamation, a huge amount of reclamation. Now what has happened is there are a lot of low-lying areas, and the only way the waterlogging can be prevented is by way of pumping stations. Now there is another thing that is connected to Mumbai, that is the huge coastline, that is the seashore. So now what happens is, now every time there is this huge rainfall, huge amount of rainfall, combined with things like the high tide, which is more than 4 meters. So there is a total chaos. Now this entire system of the drainage, it all depends on whether, hoping that these things don't come together. So when once that comes together and added to something like a, say maybe a huge depression along some of the coastlines, then there is heavy rainfall and high tide combined with it. All of that calls for huge chaos, Devika. So this actually, the government, the state government has been working on a lot of pumping stations and a lot of very high-tech systems, even under the railway systems also, railway tracks also, because the railway tracks have been forever damaged, submerged, during the entire monsoon seasons. Now, throughout history, I would say, throughout, like I said, even during my childhood, I used to see that all these stations used to be submerged, and there was a lot of chaos every monsoon. So it was always a huge nightmare traveling during the monsoons, and especially so during some very heavy times of very heavy rainfall. So this has all combined, Devika, and to add to it, I think that globally there is some effect of the global warming also. Because see, now last month I was in New York, and trust me, at least twice there were floods, due to which, again, our flights were cancelled, and we had to face huge losses at that time. And there was and this was happening for a long period of time. And also, even the subways and everything was submerged, something that was unimaginable in New York. So New York, New Jersey, all those places were submerged, all those things were happening. So I can see that, this is something that is happening on a global level. So that again is something that all governments also need to take some kind of note of, to make sure that all these things, like I was talking about, the sea levels and the precipitation, all these things have to be taken care of, Devika. All these have to be taken into consideration, and stormwater drains have to be put in place at in a larger number, I would say. And even during the construction of roads and even residential complexes, corporate areas, everywhere, people have to make sure that, now during when you put on the concrete blocks, the concrete pavers, what happens is, you're not allowing the water to seep inside to the subsoil drainage, which used to happen earlier. Now what is happening is, all of that is on the surface, and it goes onto the roads, and it causes a lot of flooding.
Okay.
So this also has to be taken into consideration. So
Okay.
the water has to seep inside to the ground. So instead of that, now what is happening is, all of it remains on the concrete pavers. And I think that that has to also be taken care of by way of, say,
Yes.
maybe rainwater harvesting and other methods, because you have floods at one time, and then you have water cuts also. So instead of that, make use of that water to make sure that you have enough of that storage to be taken care of
Yes.
when you
Yes.
have face a situation of
Absolutely.
water shortage.